Frank, real quick, check if you can record or not. If not, I'll just do it myself. Just hoping we can have a double.
Nope.
Hmm. Well, says la vida. That was like 3 different languages, I think. Don't worry about me. Anyway, so, all right, Frank, do you want to start us? Hold on, let me burp. It's out. Don't worry about it. All right, just start us off real quick. Hold on. I don't. Well, I guess we'll get to it. All right, Frank, start us off. God damn it.
You sure?
No, I'm not. I don't know what's happening. Hang on. I'm recording
Do
this.
you want to trust Frank with this? Really? Really?
No, absolutely not. I wish I could see how it records because it's such a weird split screen sometimes.
Frank, stop biting your lip, okay? I don't need to see your teeth.
Stop. Why am I sharing? I don't want to share. Stop. Weird. God damn it. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is a completely inappropriate podcast. I am Tony, along with Mr.
Frank.
And today's guest is
Polo.
Polo. Polo. We're gonna get to your name in a second. Before we do that, we're gonna let people know where they can find us. Where they can find us at, well, here, as Frank likes to point out, because you're already listening. You've already done it. Congratulations. Easter is tomorrow, but you found your eggs. They're in my pants and Frank's mouth occasionally. So this is a wonderful place you can find us at is Completely Inappropriate Podcast on YouTube. At BitChute, throw some underscores between those words. And you could email us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com. Find us at CI Podcast on Instagram, at Completely Inap on Twitter. That's with 1P, not 2. Don't get it mistaken, because I don't know who's got the 2 Ps. If you got 2 Ps, then you're twice as pleased, I guess. Twice as pleased, at least. What'd you say, Frank?
It's a hemi-peni.
We're not. You just. This is why we don't cut to you. God damn it. So, Polo.
Yes,
Polo Gutierrez. How are you? Why Polo? Why not Pollo?
because it's like short for my first name.
Oh, was I not supposed to say your full name? Am I gonna have to bleep that out?
Nah, you're good.
All right. I don't know the level. We haven't gotten a rundown with you before we started this, so we probably should have done that before. But you said you wanted to jump right in, so you're fucked.
I mean, if it involves making fun of Frank, then please, by all means, when do we begin?
Oh, it began before the podcast started, obviously. You want? Oh, that's right. Right before we opened up, we called you, and you had something to say immediately as to certain aspects of this video conversation we're having.
Frank, your walls, change them. All right.
Now, please elaborate. What? By what?
I get it. I get the Spider-Man love. I get that, but come on.
Okay.
Grow up, Frank. Grow up.
I told him it's not necessarily the giant Spider-Man
that one?
over his bed. The problem is the secondary aspect of the decor is the border. No, Frank, pan up. Let the
Pan
people
up.
at least,
Show the
pan up.
border. Show
No,
the border.
don't
No,
do
no,
the
no,
border.
no, no. Thank
Yeah,
you.
there it is.
No, no, no,
Venom.
no. Frank, show it. Show it.
That's not even the
Don't
good
you dare.
Spider.
Don't you dare cut it out.
No, sure. That's all the way around. Oh, he couldn't even spring for enough to fit all the way around
No,
either.
it fell. No, it fell because it's so old. This is from before I was in fucking Iraq.
Now you know
Yeah.
what? What's funny is I actually didn't think about this, but I'm probably not any better.
A shirt is one thing. A shirt is one thing.
Yeah, we're both wearing. I mean, we always rep the Spider-Man on the show. It's our colors. That's why we're red and blue. People think it's because we get too political on the podcast at times, but I say it's just we're Spider-Man fans.
Okay.
So now that we got all the breakfast ranting out of the way on this this day here that we're about to have with each other, what is the reason that we have this guy on, Frank? Who is Polo, Frank? You know him personally. How do you know him? What?
Oh
and why,
Lord. Oh
why do we
Lord.
have him here? Let's see what we got.
Polo, I knew this guy. Yeah, we go way back since fucking 6th grade. So
Grade
like,
Not everyone admits to that willingly. I'd like to point out.
What?
yeah.
Knowing you or knowing Frank?
Knowing Frank.
Oh no, yeah, I understand. I don't vouch for knowing him back in 2009 or whenever it was that I met him. I tell nope, I met him when we started the podcast. We started over. I didn't know shit about him then.
Yeah, so then what happened? Yeah, so Polo is actually I think a year younger than me, which puts him at 22.
20, no, at least 26.
Wow.
Come
Wow.
on. Yeah, no, you have no idea. We haven't figured out Frank's. We thought we got Frank's real age at one point, but then he backtracked. So if you go into
I'll give you a name of someone you can call who will give it to you without question.
well, if you you should call me, text me, let me know. But
I will.
if you go
But-
deep into the recesses of our episodes, you can actually find his real age stated on a very particular episode.
I only said
Yeah.
it once.
One time he said
I
it,
mean,
and every other time it's been just
we graduated same year.
No,
and if I'm
no.
turning-
No, don't do that. Come on. It's
Yeah.
it's the mystery of the podcast. It's an Easter egg that we're leaving out there. Next time we have you on, we might let you let us know his real age.
Well, thanks for saying your 20s, Frank.
Because it gives you that. The lighting's good on both of you. I think y'all could pass for it. You're in late 20. I don't know about 22. Anyway, come on,
Frank.
hold on,
If
hold on.
Frank cleared the beard, maybe
If he cleared the beard,
cleaned it, cleared it,
clean,
maybe even the hair.
I'm gonna braid it. Don't worry.
No,
It'll-
please
it'll
don't.
fine.
Just shave it all down. I actually wanted to get rid of my beard today, or the other day. I trimmed it down instead. Anyway, we're getting distracted here. It's already off to a piss poor start. Frank, how do you know fucking Polo?
Polo, I met him in junior high, back in 6th grade, and we actually reconnected after I got back from my time of active duty.
Is
And
that
I want
right
to say,
around the Columbia explosion? I'm just trying to figure out the timeline here. Anyway, Easter eggs here. It's Easter, our Easter episode. All right, and then
yeah. So then I want to say we've been inseparable ever since, but that is not entirely true. Like fucking
What?
right now,
Oh, yeah,
Polo's cheating on me with
switch.
Rob.
You gotta switch.
Whoa! I have not cheated on you because first of all, that denotes there's an established relationship and rules first. There was
Yeah.
neither.
There's no, you've got to have at least a ring on the finger, a chain around the neck, something. You got to claim your claim your property.
Yeah, that's what Polo
Prison,
said.
prison rules,
Ah!
bitch. Anyway,
So since you
All right.
haven't claimed me, does not count.
all right. So, so you know Polo from school. What brings him here on the podcast today? What's the initial idea of having him here?
Oh, because as the audience might know, as our listeners might know, I'm pretty sure they do. You and your
They
wife
must. Every single one. They must.
Yeah.
But thank you for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let people know who might just be tuning in for the first time to the podcast.
yeah. So you and your wife are gonna renew your vows later this year.
We are.
And
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. We don't know. Honestly, we don't know at this point. COVID-19's got our balls in a vice right now. If it,
Yeah.
it could go on all the way to July.
some say till next year, but whatever.
Some say. I mean, I haven't stopped working. I had like a week off, and then they're like, "Yeah, we got permission from the city to go back to work, so get your ass in here." I was like, "Yippee! I'll take that Trump cash and some paycheck. I'm all right with that."
Yeah. So then me being the supportive person that I am, I was like, how can I fucking have a part in this? And you had already mentioned during your marathon or after your marathon how you wanted me to be a part of your wedding,
But nobody wanted you to actually be involved, so I had to well, we can have him be an usher. I was an usher at my best friend's wedding. Like it's a good gig. It's involved, but you don't really have to have him talk to anybody for too long because he's got to usher everybody.
Jeez,
Perfect.
Frank, still not wanted. Jesus Christ.
He's wanted by me. I call him my second wife because he's my podcasting partner. He is my partner in this life.
Mhm.
This podcasting life, that is. As far as this continues to go on, we'll see how that goes. He might be phasing me out with our last guest. We'll see. I think he fell in love with our last guest.
Yeah, so then I'm over here thinking, I'm like, wait, did Polo mention that he's an ordained minister? And I'm like, I think he did. And if he did,
Oh,
that'll be like my wedding present to fucking you guys.
wait, what's the payment method here? Hold on. I mean, I'm not that I have any qualms one way or the other, but I'm just curious as to how much investment are you putting into this friendship on both ends of the spectrum here.
Yeah, fucking people helping people out, fucking support me by allowing me to support you.
All right, so that's why we have Polo on today. Anything else? Any other subjects? What did Polo? Let's forget about Frank for the next 25 to 45 minutes, like we usually do on the podcast. That's probably the most you'll get to hear him talk till the end of this. Hopefully he'll chime in. Frank?
Yeah, well, don't worry.
Yeah, like that. We have to cue him because he won't do it otherwise. So we're going to start off with who are you? Who the fuck are you? What do you do? And yeah, we'll start with that.
I work at a call center, and that's pretty much my life.
Now, what you're a staffer, or do you have to make the calls yourself? What do you?
I do not have to make the calls, thank God.
Thank God, but you have to deal with the people who do, right?
Yes, I do.
So are you their
Well-
manager, de facto manager?
We'll go somewhere along the lines of support staff. I don't know, my brother.
You're
my
a
brother-
manager without the title or the pay. That's
Thank
great.
you. There you go. There you go.
Oh, I live my life there. My life has been there in every job I've ever had. Don't worry about it. So about your job, so you actually hire the people that work there. Who is the
Thank
weirdest?
God I do not hire them.
No,
literally
you
all my-
don't. So I was
all,
asking. Right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
all my job is I just watch what these people do on the phones all day. That's it. Like that is literally it. Like, oh look, you're taking too long on your call. They should probably
Okay.
get someone to help you. Or oh
Okay.
look, so and so didn't come in again. Your soup should probably call you.
Your soup should call you. Okay, that's awesome. So these questions that I had lined up for this still are applicable. Easy thing. Who's the what? Let's go with who is the most difficult employee or customer experience that you had to deal with. I assume you don't have to deal with the customer experience, but the most difficult employee you had out of nowhere.
Honestly, this sounds horrible to stereotype, but seriously, anybody fresh out of high school.
Why is that
I
stereotyping?
am sorry. This entitled belief, whatever you want to call it.
The problem is that it's always been kids fresh out of high school that are the shitty fucking employees, you know?
Yeah, but
Like-
I didn't graduate with this entitlement idea.
Neither
As
did
in,
I,
like,
but there's exceptions to
so-
every class, you know what I mean?
I haven't met them yet. We get them.
I've been an asshole in my life. You know, I definitely remember being a kid who thought I knew more than I did at a job and probably took other people for granted in that situation. So that you can't just blanket statement. It's all kids, you know, because I felt you. I saw you going to where you're going to say it's this generation. Like, nah, man, it's kids. we're all shit.
Not all of them have been, but for the most part, they're
Well,
kind of
right?
there.
Same with your class, you know, it's the same thing. People are people. Anyway, that wasn't a very fun answer. So who is your weirdest hire? Did you have any like weird ass people working at your place?
There was this one hire. We hired her for a bit. She actually talked to herself.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Why? Well, can you elaborate?
She swore she saw ghosts all over our site.
Age range here. What are we talking about?
I do not remember her age.
Well,
'Cause I
more or
don't-
less. In the
Maybe-
teens, 20s, 30s.
No, 30s ish maybe.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense to me. Kind of a little quarter
Yeah,
life
it
crisis.
was a little weird.
Yeah. What? Well, explain. What was so weird
It's
about
just
it?
like-
You just think somebody
You're
talking
you're sitting there eating and you just see her talking to herself and it's just like, okay. And then like you're just like, okay. And I believe, I don't know, quote unquote, I think she said she was a Satanist, so that just was
Uh,
like,
It's just an attention seeker, man. That woman just
Okay.
that woman just got broken up with by her girlfriend of the last 10 years, living with her cats all alone, nothing but candles because she lost half the paycheck that was coming into the apartment, couldn't afford electricity. So what's she gonna do with the
Maybe.
candles? Start to be a Wiccan. What do we all do with our leftover candles after a while? Do some
Maybe. Don't know. It
candle
was.
magic.
It was just kind of like,
Frank, what do you think?
this is awkward.
How do you feel
I
about candle
think,
magic?
I think if she was her, if she was in her early 20s, I'd say that sounds hot. But since she's in her 30s,
Right? What is it? What is that about though? Because that is so on point, man. I understand that. What makes that true? What makes a weird chick a lot cuter in her teens?
well,
Because
I
when they're that
crazy.
exact same personality 15 years later is like, ooh, sweetie, are you medicated? Back then
Yeah,
you could just like hand the crazy chick a beer and calm her down.
yeah, because by that age, then you should already, behave yourself. But
I mean, you would
if
know
you're,
that was only 10 years ago for you, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's all hearsay because it's things I've heard. But
Uh,
uh, what happened? Shit. No, yeah, because now here's where I'm gonna fucking my predator side is gonna come out.
dun,
But
dun,
Oh,
dun, dun. Dude,
well,
your predator side has never gone away. It's just it's effervescent. It whatever. It emits its radiance off of you.
I mean, it explains the bedroom decor.
Oh my god. He's he's forever trying to attract young girls to his bedroom by pretending to be
no,
a young boy.
I'm saying at that age, their fragile mind, their broken mind, you can mold it into, whatever.
That's called conditioning, you psycho. That is a legitimate technique used by sociopaths worldwide. Oh my
And
god.
that's putting it lightly.
Uh, oh no.
Frank,
No.
this is why we claim not to know you.
This is
Just so
it's
you
so
know.
hard to introduce you to people. It really is. So back to somebody who doesn't scare humanity as a
Well,
whole.
it's debatable.
Well, why? You're okay. So you're here to decide whether or not you're gonna officiate my renewal ceremony, and you're
Yeah,
telling
that.
me that it's debatable why, whether or
Because
not you're.
I'm a walking asshole. I live up to that every day.
Well, that doesn't mean you're not a good minister.
One might argue, technically, yeah.
And others might argue that it's a part. It's literally comes with the territory. Some
I don't
people have
know.
had pretty righteous ministers. Anyway, so there's been a lot of I've got to ask because Frank might have tipped me off.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
all
So how
right
does
then.
this work? How does it work? How do you um get it up? What are your kinks? Now, you know what?
Wow.
We're gonna skip around. Who's your
Whoa.
What are your
Whoa.
kinks? Have you heard of frigging and docking, and if so, elaborate.
Gee,
Um,
Frank, what did you tip off?
These are our
th-
completely
we,
inappropriate questions. We
now we're
ask
throwing
every
a pin
guest.
here because we're like I said, you kicked it off. I was gonna save these for later and ease it into you real nice and slow, but you wanted to
I like it
fucking
fast. I like it rough and straight, man.
straight, really rough and straight. Is that the
Yeah,
terminology you're gonna use?
slow and steady just doesn't do it.
No, but when you say straight, you just don't like them curved, is what you're saying.
It all depends on the angle of which you're entering,
I
sir.
see. Okay, so this is my point. So
The angle of the dangle, man.
I was trying to ease the episode in to just talk about your workplace, and we are gonna kind of get into how you felt about this and that, and go. But we're gonna just if you want to talk about why the world would see you as such an asshole, why? What is the worst thing you have ever done to a person?
Gee, profusely insult them till they're in the corner of the room crying in the fetus position and not stop.
You were a mean little gay boy, weren't you?
Surprisingly, no. I was an insecure queer all my life, and then I just got
Really?
older
So
and
when did
had
that?
and probably after high school, I just had a huge chip on my shoulder, and yeah.
So the insecurity's still there, is what you're saying. You just emote it now rather than compress it and bottle it up into this ball that eats away at your corazon.
Not really. The insecurities kind of passed.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
It all depends on the situation.
I don't know. Why are you so angry? Why do you yell at people till they cry, asshole?
I had a good reason. A line was crossed, but
Well, now you must.
maybe in retrospect, it wasn't a good reason.
No, you have some regrets about that.
Nah, not really.
So then it was a good enough reason. I mean,
Okay, so it was a party.
Go ahead, tell us the story.
It was a party. I was with a friend who, she was pretty self-conscious, right? She just recently dropped a lot of weight, so it was her first time going out, right? So someone had brought a comment about how basically they still remember her from her heftier days.
Yeah.
And, like, taking this girl out shopping for the party, like, it was like, and I've told her this, like, it was like pulling teeth because when bigger people tend to lose weight, they sometimes still see themselves in your bigger persona versus the way they look now. So, she was beautiful, like she really was, and there were parts of her body that
don't sugarcoat this. Just if she was a bitch, she was a bitch. It's all right.
No, she dropped the weight. She suddenly had curves in all the right places. Like, damn, like she put in the work. So,
but she didn't think she could pull off certain things. What was the gimmick here?
There was a shirt that she really liked. She put it on. She thought she couldn't pull it off. Personally, between that and the jeans she chose, it looked amazing. I was like,
hot.
Okay, damn, if I was straight, we wouldn't be going to a party tonight. Put it to you that way. But this guy decided, so she ended up taking the outfit and we went to the party. Well, this guy decided to bring it up and it brought up all her insecurities from when she was bigger. Well, I might have started jabbing at his insecurities and I kind of didn't stop.
Oh, the guy. You made a guy right in the corner.
Yeah.
A quote unquote cisgendered heterosexual male out there in the world crying in the corner. You don't fucking say. I'll tell you what. We all cry in a corner at some point. Fucking Jesus Christ! Don't feel bad about that. No,
I did this at a party.
Justified. I give you get the completely inappropriate pass. It's inappropriate, but it's not completely inappropriate. Let's see what else we can get out of you.
Lord.
So, or put in you. Let's see, Frank. What do you got tucked under that Spider-Man? There's like a hole in the wall with some sick videos that he's covering up with that giant Spider-Man. Fucking
no, it's just
a woman or two. Shawshank a woman or two, man. Anyway,
no, it's just trying to cover up my drug money. That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll tell you what. Drug money would have been able to at least buy a new border to complete the rest of that fucking wall. Anyway, so Polo.
Fucking sentimental value.
So mad about he won't get rid of it. It's like asking him to cut his hair.
Bro, that hair's got to get a cut too, all right? I'm just saying.
Or a comb, dude. No, just product in a comb, dude. Tie it back, do something with it, style it. You can't just wake up and go on camera like that. You shouldn't wake up and go out into life like that.
I fucking combed myself. It's just that's the way my hair is.
You need product.
But you know what?
Product.
Yeah, but hold up. Time out. Polo.
Yes.
Let's get real though. Shut the fuck up, dude. I know enough about you already to be able to talk to you like this. What the fuck's up with your hair, Polo?
It's been in the cap all day.
It's been in a cap all day. You knew you were gonna be on camera. What's up? You and Frank both. No, not a cat. Look.
Okay.
Look. I didn't do my hair either. Look how easy this is. Throw a hat on.
My defense. I got out of work like right before the podcast, so.
Look around you right now. Is there any sort of head covering at all in the room? Go ahead. Look around. Where are you?
Me?
Yeah, you, Polo. Look
in
around.
my room, I'm actually looking at my cap. It's across from me behind the camera.
So what is so difficult about getting up and putting a cap on and covering up Both of y'all's monstrosities. Frank claims his head is too big, which by the frame of the
my
camera,
hair
it might
is
actually
thick. It's my thick ass hair.
be.
I'm just gonna wave the flag and defeat on that one.
All right, you're all pieces of shit. Take care of your hair. Take care of your hair. I got that 99 by who endorses that shit? Beckham. David Beckham. I got that nice shit. I'm looking fly. What's wrong with you two? Take care of yourselves. God damn it. Anyway, moving on to the next question. Look, we'll do this one will be easier for you, all right? We won't go we'll pull out a little bit. Who is it? Oh, are you in a relationship real quick, by the way? Mind if I ask?
No.
No. Okay, so who is in your top 3 celebrity fuck list? We love these questions. It's so insightful to our about who our people are. Come on, live. We're recording this. I can.
No, I know. I'm actually trying to think.
It's
like,
easier if I don't have to cut out all the empty space in between. So
All right.
let me confer with Frank. I'll give you a minute. Don't listen to us. Just think about your answer. Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
How's it going?
No, it's going.
Yeah. So did you like the picture I sent you? My thongs finally came in the mail.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Nice,
damn,
right?
imagine if this guy was fucking gay.
Oh yeah, no, it would be a lot more fun in my life. I hands down, no denying that. I lived a gay life for a while. I'm all right. I don't need to go back to that. I found out I wasn't. Sorry, Polo. You missed a good time. Not that I'm your type, but come on now. I'm beautiful. Jeez.
I don't even know
Polo,
what to say to that. Oh,
good.
go.
You weren't supposed to be listening anyway. So Polo.
All right.
Top 3 bucket list. I better be on there, you piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. No. All right, hold on. 10
Paul
seconds.
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. You would fuck me. Holy shit. Paul Rudd is the most average-looking celebrity with the prettiest eyes.
Motherfucker hasn't aged since Clueless.
He hasn't.
He has
Dude,
not
that's because he
aged.
looked 35 when he was in Clueless.
He
He's only
still
aged
looks
10
the
years.
same.
He's only 10 years older than that now.
Hey,
Oh,
he looks amazing. So,
Yeah, dude, hands down, good call. That's a good pull.
Jeremy Renner.
Oh no, boo boo.
Sorry, I've got a thing for
Why
Hawkeye.
Renner? Well, what does that have to do with Renner? Just because he?
I don't know. It's
Although,
He has
you know what?
bug. That's
You
what
know
it
what?
is.
I have the same problem though with Scarlett Johansson. Everyone's like, oh my god, Black Widow's so hot. Like, why? Because it's Scarlett Johansson shown for a certain time of her life because of certain roles, and I never thought it was because of her body. And that's what Scarlett Johansson's role in Black Widow was, that initial movie. So when that was the main focus, I was so upset. They're like, "Oh, it's Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow." I was like, neither one of those characters get do it for me. I don't know. Now you give me Scarlett Johansson and Girl with a Pearl Earring, that classy Renaissance bitch. What's up? Sorry, I went off on a tangent there.
No, so those
So
two.
Jeremy Renner, yeah, great.
You got those two. Add. What is it? What was his name? I can't remember his name.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, Ryan Reynolds is not on my list.
I put him on everybody's list automatically, I think.
I can't remember his name. He's the guy that did Joe and You, the Netflix adaptation. Book was far better, but book was far better. Yeah.
All right. I guess since I'm the only one with a computer here, it looks like. Joe and You?
Again, the book was better than the Netflix adaptation, but
I don't see Joe and You anywhere.
Look up the cast of You.
Oh, it's You. Why'd you say Joe and You? It's
the main character's name is Joe.
Oh, the guy who plays Joe.
Yes,
in You. I thought you were telling me to look up the show, and then I had to look up the guy. Yeah.
No.
Oh, this main dude. The guy that looks exactly like the dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
They actually did a side by side, like they cut Joe's face in half, and no, they merged his face with Henry Cavill, and it was like the same fucking person. It was fucking. I don't know. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then someone had to explain to me, it's the guy from you, Henry Cavill. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I thought I was just Henry Cavill. I'm like, okay.
Henry Cavill. Look at him. Look at her. Look at Joe. Look at bros. Who are these people? So I used to watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I've never seen you. What is you about? Let's do a movie review.
All right, so Cliff Notes version of the show. This dude falls, basically head over heels in love with this chick, and he does everything he can to basically like put himself in her life and just like always be there. Borderline. It's not even borderline. It's basically stalker and like obsession.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Goodness, and this isn't a good show right now.
Well, it's not creepy if you're hot. That's what I learned.
Oh yeah, that's true. Although that's not true. So let me tell you all a story before we get into anything else. Let me tell you about an inappropriate time in my life. So this one day, I'm rebounding from a certain somebody that has been mentioned a time or two on the podcast, who may or may not be a cunt, or Frank's friend, one or the other. So I'm rebounding off her, and I meet this really cute chick at work. I was working at a taco stand. She comes in and get her number, whatever, flirt, whatever. It turns out she's a school nurse, but she's also a cosplayer, and quite an attractive little blonde, blue-eyed girl cosplayer at that. So I go hang out with her one time, and it's her and like easily a dozen of her friends that are all just living in her house or apartment or rented house, whatever the fuck, rented house it looked like. And we end up hanging out for a couple days. So long story short, I get real drunk on Thanksgiving, and she says she's gonna spend time with her family. So I give her a call, and she doesn't pick up. But I call her one more time just to say Happy Thanksgiving on her voicemail because I didn't say anything. And somebody answers like a pocket dial, a pocket answer, and you hear him say, "Oh, that guy is such a douchebag. You shouldn't even talk to him. I don't know why you're hanging out with him." I was like, Jesus Christ. So I blow up her phone, never get a call back. Like, fuck this. I'm like a bottle of wine in because it's Thanksgiving, and all that calories got me all sleepy and groggy and not thinking straight as it is. So I fucking decide to drive at like 11 o'clock at night. My phone dies about halfway there. It takes me about 45 minutes to get there because it's over, 4 cities away. And knock on her door, and this big dude answers. Hello? Like, can I talk to Mary Beth? I don't even remember her name. And like, no. I was like, well, that's kind of rude. I drove to see her. I just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving and have a conversation. She peeks around him. She's like, I can smell the wine on your breath. It's like, it's Thanksgiving. I didn't know wine on my breath was a problem. Not thinking like, oh, she could tell I'm drunk, So that's my sad little story where I went and was a little fucking drunk. I go to this poor chick's little. How did I get on this? Maybe because she was dressed like Hawkeye or some fucking X-Men character at one point. Little cosplayer. Anyway, what the fuck? This whole story is getting cut out. Why did I get... What were we talking about that got me onto that?
You.
The
Netflix series.
The Netflix series.
Oh, yeah. So they were like, oh, that was the whole point. Thank you. Woo. Almost lost the whole point there. I felt real stupid. Not that I don't still feel stupid. Anyway, don't lose it. Tony, come on, focus. So I apparently was a stalker, and they're like, could you please leave? I'm like, yes, of course. I just thought I'd go and see, say Happy Thanksgiving and ask why your friends are such assholes. So I left. I pulled a Frank, in other words. Oh, look, and Polo's pulling a Frank right now, showing us his fan.
No, it's called Phone's Gonna Die.
Oh, you and Frank are useless sometimes. I can see why you're friends. Oh wow, Polo gave me the evilest look right now. Like, you fucking piece of shit. I can't believe you just said that. Polo, I feel like we're immediate friends. So,
No, we're not.
so by the end, so by the end,
Please don't be delusional.
so by the end of the story, I get a text on my way home like, "Please don't call back, or I'll call the cops." I was like, "Wow, that's so rude. It was nice knowing you. Bye." So I was a you stalker, I guess, for a 1 week period, or like a 24-hour period. Really, very weird.
And a whole bottle of wine.
On a whole bottle of wine. To be fair, I was only like maybe 3 months into drinking at that point. Like I had never drank before that. What? I had a low tolerance.
Yeah, he started drinking when he met me.
Yeah, I built up much quickly. Anyway, so
And,
what?
And,
Why,
and
what
now
what's
you
the
don't
look
drink
at this-
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, now he doesn't drink anymore. Yeah, I've quit here and there. Anyway, Polo, why all these looks of disapproval and this like real odd like silence that you're giving us here?
It's not like I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
No, you've never been a stalker or been stalked.
no, not to the ultimate drunk dial. No,
No, the ultimate drunk dial. What
that's the ultimate drunk dial right there. It's one thing to
Oh,
call
yeah.
somebody drunk, but
To show
to
up at their
show
door?
up at their doorstep,
Is that a little excessive? Is what you're telling me?
just a little excessive. I mean, it's not crazy insane, but I mean,
I was. To be fair, I think at the time in my life, I may have also been dabbling with bath salts and staying up for 3 days at a time. It was a very dark period. Very
Got it.
entertaining and educational, though.
Got it. No sleep, minimal impulse control, and alcohol.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
along with many other psychological issues at the time. Have you had any experiences with psychological drama? I guess that's important if you're going to be around all my entire family.
Post-traumatic post-traumatic stress disorder, social anxiety, bipolar depression.
Anything caused by anything in particular, or kind of grew up with kind of shit?
Bipolar depression's pretty genetic.
Mm-hmm.
Social anxiety came with the PTSD, which we really won't get into that subject.
No, just curious because Frank didn't mention any military service. Usually that comes. We have a lot of military guys on. Not that you have to explain anything if you.
You know
if
what?
military,
Why not? It's something that's not talked about down here. I was a victim of sexual assault when I was 20, so
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I've had my PTSD ever since. It's been great.
Yeah, I understand. It's great. It's
There's not much you can say other than it's been great.
sounds fun.
Uh,
No,
So-
I'm sorry. Just being inappropriate because that's what we do. That's me and Frank's forte. You say something that's real, and all of a sudden we get completely inappropriate because we need a bail.
No, I'm the type of person that I'm like, when you grow up, and especially down here in the valley, they love to give it the stigma of like, it's just something we don't talk about. Like, F you, we're gonna talk about this. Like,
Well, you know what? I grew
That's
up.
the concept of the podcast.
Yeah, it is a common theme of the podcast because I grew up in a situation where all of my friends were gay, and I started hanging out with this group because of this girl that I liked. Started hanging out with them, and these all happened to be people I knew ancillary to my life. So when I started hanging out with them, it mostly became me hanging out with them, and the girl disappeared, and I was hit on as the cute straight guy in the room that never gave it up for a while, and then
they thought you were
cocaine.
cute.
Yes, fucker. Back in the day, hold on. I gotta show you an older picture of me. It's not fair. The beard. I do this to protect my wife. You know, I gotta ugly it up so that she doesn't feel like threatened by other women around.
You think beards fucking drop panties like dress blues?
No, it really doesn't. Beards draw men. Men appreciate beards. Women don't like beards.
Yes, they
Am
do.
I wrong here?
Yes, you are.
Not all men appreciate the beard. It all
No,
depends.
not
on
all
who you're
men.
talking to.
Oh, okay. I mean straight men. Beards attract straight men to other straight men because
No.
you appreciate the work that goes into growing. Like there's a certain man that can do it. You know, it is work of a certain ilk. Not when you do it like Frank and you don't give a shit about it, but when you do it like me,
You did?
for instance.
I
Dapper.
think
Dapper.
what's happening is that since after I shower
It is a
and
little
fucking-
unruly though.
when I fucking add all that fucking product, Like I actually fucking comb it, and I'm
You need to
thinking,
cut
I'm
it,
like,
Frank. You need to you need to just shape it, and you
no,
don't need to do it all the time, but you gotta shape it. With
I trimmed it before this
is,
whole
hold
fucking Corona
hold on, I
thing.
think we're losing Polo. Is he
No,
snoring
I'm
over
just
there?
watching the
His
back and
eyes.
forth. I'm just watching the back and forth.
Oh, it goes all day, back and forth, in and out. So, moving on. I think we're gonna have to do 2 hours. Are you down to do 2 hours?
I can do the 2 hours.
Okay, well in that case, do you want to get into PTSD, or would you like to save that for maybe another interview when we've prepared more?
Surprise me.
Okay, no. If I do, it'll be later. Let's get into your. Let's not worry about other people's kinks, and let's worry about your kinks. What?
Oh
What?
shit.
So you obviously don't enjoy heterosexual. Do you get kinky and ever enjoy a female?
I have in the past. Most of my partners have been bisexual men. It's only been once or twice I've dated a man who's completely gay. So I've had to be open to the concept of a female. I'm not gonna.
Involved or what?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
you've
not.
been a part of threesomes, is what you're saying?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a gold star gay and I've never been with a woman. Like I'm not gonna.
A gold star gay. Is that what that means? Where you're
Yes, for those that
completely
didn't
virginal?
know,
I didn't know
gold,
that. That's
gold star
female
gay basically means
virginal.
you've never been anywhere near a female.
Never
So I'm
touched
not
it.
gonna.
Never
Yeah,
smelled it.
I'm not
Not
gonna
even
sit here.
close.
I'm not gonna
Not
sit
even.
here.
Not even close enough for a whiff, huh? Okay.
So
All right. Well,
yeah,
interesting. So now that we got that question out of the way, what are your kinks? Do you have any involving females nowadays, or is it all just uh, single sexual? Single sexual?
Mm,
Gay. Ran out of words. Sorry. No more synonyms here. Just fucking. What's your favorite?
uh,
Okay, let's go that way then. What's your favorite gay kink and what's your favorite bisexual kink and what's your favorite straight kink?
uh,
Got one.
okay. Gay kink. In general, I'm a fan of BDSM.
BDSM bondage.
Well, it goes beyond the
Along,
bondage, but yeah.
what is it? Bondage, domination,
Submission.
submission,
It's
and
Polo.
master.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not master.
No,
Masochism.
masochism. Oh, I knew that. I was into it for a little on LibriVox. It's a really good app that's got a lot of free books, a lot of free classic books. There was this one writer, I want to call him Shadow Dancer or Gray Dancer. He went by that pseudonym. I think it was Gray Dancer, actually. But he wrote a book called, well, one was How to Make a Woman Orgasm. That was one. But you know what? Let me look this up before I give out the wrong information. But there's this one Audible book, no, LibriVox book called Jun Jun, Jun Jun. I don't know why I say Jun. It's Jun. And it's about sex magic. And it's really, really good. It's all about like the knots all represent a certain type. If you put them in a certain way, it binds a certain type of magic to them and protects them from things. So sex magic is like one of my favorite erotic novels, like genres. Not that I'm dive too far into them, but you should if you haven't. So what makes BDSM so attractive to you?
I don't know. Just I got introduced to it in college, and I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
What aspect of? I mean, what did you enjoy being the master, the submissive, the masochist?
You know what? I've got to dabble in every aspect from dominance to submission and just everything in between. And the idea of having complete control over someone, I'm not going to lie, is very
Seductive.
It is. It is just knowing
No
that.
shit.
I mean, you have complete and under control from beginning to end. And like
It-
the more that they give you control, that it's just like you want more.
So do you find that was this before or after your unfortunate happenstance? What's the best? Can I just refer to it directly? I don't know how severe
It's
your
fine.
PTSD with
It's
it. I'm
been
trying to be respectful with it. You know what I mean?
it's been over 13 years, man. It's
Over
good.
13. Okay.
So this was actually before.
Okay, so does
This was
that still
before.
so that still holds true today even after that? Because some would say
Yes.
I know that it's a common occurrence for people to fall back into something more aggressive and more in a setting where you have the control when you feel that you've lost it.
I think for a while there was a time where, as far as my interaction in BDSM went, I did take a step back and kind of stayed away.
Yeah.
Obviously, but then after therapy, counseling, and like legitimately working through it, I was able to go back and enjoy what I love without.
That's
So
great to hear that you were able to get counseling and stuff. By what means were you able to do that? I know that's not easy for everyone to get a hold of is counseling and stuff, but it's always
uh,
important to let people know that they should be pursuing that if they need it.
thankfully I was going to school, so my tuition covered it.
Wow,
Uh,
that's
and then
fortunate.
my counselor from the university gave me a list of resources and other options to reach out to, which eventually I did.
And you were in school here in Texas at the time?
Yep. Yay for Texas.
Well, unfortunately, it's not just Texas, but yeah, it does. It sure as hell isn't a non-familiar face for Texas to have on. Well, that sucks, man. But that is wonderful that you're open enough about it because that's something I personally didn't know is that if you are going to school and something like this happens, at least at the time, maybe if this has happened to you and you're listening to this and you're going to school, look into it, whether you can get counseling, and it may very well be covered through your school's tuition. It's worth looking into, people. So yeah, just so you know that you opening up like that wasn't wasted. It's that was some new information to get out there for us. Um, so moving on from that, so have you heard of figging?
Have I heard of Piggy? No.
No, Frank. Well, have you heard of docking?
I want to say I think I have, but you might have to remind me.
This is going to be such a lovely wrap up for this particular episode, and we will get into another episode after this. Frank, please, let's remember that you exist on this show, and can you answer this question as to what is your choice, docking or figging in your order?
Well, figging, I'm not too familiar with docking. I might be, I don't know. But yeah, figging. It's when
You might have done it and not known that it was called that. Well, we'll start with docking because that's a more popular one. Figging is a new one to me. Maybe I don't know if it's more popular because 1 out of 3 guys here knows it, and it's not the gay guy. All right, so docking is when two males come together, and preferably there is foreskin involved because I'm not sure if there's enough skin involved to do it. So you touch heads, and you pull the foreskin over
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one I heard of.
and you masturbate. And if you're lucky, both sides are uncircumcised, and you can go back and forth like one of those little toys that you get at the Animal Kingdom, or like the tubes with the like gelatinous substance, and they move. They're like basically a child's boy's masturbation toy because it's basically a little fleshlight. Have you seen these things? I wonder if they still make them. I want to see if I can find one just to post it along with this episode. So yeah, that's docking. Have you ever heard of that? So you have heard of that. Have you
Yeah.
ever practiced?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I would. I'd get my friends. Frank, come on,
yeah.
boy.
I'm like, why am I picturing this?
Play. Because it's a good time. Because it's all about sensuality. Never deny yourself a good time if it's available. Responsibly. Responsible good time. It's always important to do it responsibly. If you can't do it responsibly, don't do it at all. That's what I say. Just like BDSM. Right, Polo?
Pretty much.
Exactly. Just remember, your kink is not my kink sometimes. Oh, and the safe word. Just no, don't stop.
Yeah, that's my safe word.
That might be a little confusing, but I like it confusing. So, Frank, please, let's end this fucking episode. It's gone on way too long. Polo looks like he's lost all faith in our podcasting abilities here. Explain to
Just a
Polo,
little.
explain Polo what explain Frank to Polo what figging is.
Figging is when you shove or slide, but fucking I use the term shove when you shove a ginger up your ass to cause a burning sensation. Some people find it pleasurable.
No, hold
I
on,
don't-
shush. Hold on. We're letting this sink in. Just repeat it one more time. It's when you
When you shove a ginger up your ass,
now hold on. A ginger. Define. No, we're not talking about like Seth
not
Green.
ginger ale, not fucking
Not Seth
gin.
Green. Not a ginger person. A piece, a hunk of the root. It's a root, right? A root.
Yeah, it's a root.
Ginger is a root.
So you know what's funny is I actually went to culinary arts school and I had to think about that for a second. So yes, this root is supposed to be.
Oh
I
my
imagine
god.
sliced because that's when you release all the, you know, the and you just insert this thing into the rectum
Ow.
and it causes a burning now okay, now hold on, you say ow, but have you ever used Trojan's Icy Hot
No, actually, I have not.
or what is it, ice hot ice and fire or something like that?
Yeah, I have not.
It is odd. I've used it a couple times in my past and it's hit or miss with the girls I tried them with. I think I only tried it twice. They're terrible. It's like putting Bengay on your penis.
I've never tried Bengay on the penis.
You've never had like a muscle sore and on the inner thigh, and your head just like grazes your thigh when it's got an. Happened to me when I was a kid once. Bengay on the penis
Yeah,
sucks.
I just leave it alone. I don't know why. I've never treated.
Or it wasn't Bengay. It was Icy Hot, but same difference, right?
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, those were our inappropriate questions to wrap up our interview with the beginning of Mr. Polo here. Polo, how do you think that went?
I have no answers for you.
How do you feel about this? Had you not listened to an episode or done any homework for this at all?
No.
Have you ever listened to a podcast?
A general podcast, yeah. This was a new one for me.
What kind of podcast? Let's get a barometer here.
I'll listen to a few like on LGBT rights and like legislation and all that. So
Oh, political podcast. Fantastic. We're getting into that next episode. So everybody, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast at gmail.com. At gmail.com. You can find us at Completely In App on Twitter, at CI Podcast on Instagram. You can find us at BitChute or YouTube under Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Use some underscores between those words for BitChute, people, because Frank fucking makes everything just a little bit more difficult if he can. So, yeah, that's not what some of your exes, that's what all your exes say, along with everyone who knows you at all. Even the ancillary characters at the Dollar General feel that way about you, and he said one word to you. So, Polo, you have any final words of wisdom you want to sign off with? Any little catchphrase you want to throw at the people?
remember, no means no.
Holy shit. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
And find you're happy. And, yeah, fuck. No means no, assholes. All right. Say bye.
This is.
Well, I guess not bye for you. You're gay, right? Not bye. Okay. Bye. Frank, say bye, goddammit.
Bye, goddammit.
Yes. Oops.